All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the class. So we will have the class today by um, Teams, just to put some of your classmates at ease because some people were a little worried. But we will see how things go for next week, even though we have a big classroom and we shouldn't really be worried about that. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is to tell you what's going to happen today. Um, First of all, I want to go over your submitted videos. I think I made a mistake on the due date. It says tonight by midnight. So if you haven't submitted it, or your classmates who would join us, hopefully, have not submitted it, you still have until midnight tonight to do it. I should have said yesterday by midnight, but that's my mistake. So we will stay with tonight midnight, and then if you have named your videos incorrectly, which I'm going to share with you, please make sure that you do submit your videos correctly with the correct name, because this is the first practice. I want to make sure everything is the way it should be. The following homework for this semester, including your final, is going to follow the same path and same way. So I will also share with you the second video assignment, which will be all due in 2 weeks. And after that, we will have another video assignment 1 week right after that. And then is the final, and then we're done. So like I said, we will have, you had one presentation in class after midterm, and now you have 3 video assignments, and then the final. As I mentioned before to you, and I will show that in the final instructions, the final can be one of the videos that you are going to do. You can choose the best. If you think you did good enough and there's the best you can do, you can choose one of the videos that you did for VP1, VP2, or VP3. Or you can do a new one based on any of these topics or any topic you want. So the point is to see a good presentation. Therefore, what you will do for the final, it would be either a choice of these videos or that. So since the only thing that is different in the final, which is required, is that you're dressed formally. So some classmates ask me, should we dress formal for these practice presentations or these homework presentations? My answer is, it's up to you. Because if you think one of these videos is going to be the one you want to submit for the final, then why not just dress up for all of them? So in that case, you just send in the same video. Or if you already plan to make a totally new one for the final from any topic that you did in the past or any other new topic you want to do, it's also okay. But just remember that the final, the only difference is that you have to be dressed formally. All right. Just to go over our attendance, let me check who is here. When I call your name, please just say hello or here or something of that nature. Let me see. Ian?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Ian. Thank you. And Alan? No, Alan. Ben?
Hello.
Hello, good morning, man. And Kevin? Sanjaya?
Here, bro.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, see you. Rico?
Good morning.
Good morning. Michael? think I saw Michael here.
Hello, bro.
Thank you. And Kevin Nuriadi.
I'm here.
Thank you, Kevin. Weena.
Here.
Where? Which one is Weena?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. And Kelly.
Morning.
Good morning. And Stella.
Hello.
Stella. Thank you. Tony. And Hubert and Pat and the other Kelly. I guess they are not in here. So we're only missing Alan from the list of our classmates. And Alan also missed last week in the last presentation. Anybody knows where Alan is by any chance? Okay, I will send a message in the line, see if he's okay. All right. So, so that's the first thing. So we will check out the assignment for video presentation 2. I mean, in the plan is the first of all, we will check out the assignments for video presentation 2. We will check out your presentation that you have submitted, and I'm going to play part of it. And since there are not too many of us, I can play all of them, and then I can make some comments about your video presentation, so you know that what to do for the next time. So I'm also recording this, so if you miss my comments, then you can watch this. But the best is that, especially about your presentation, but nevertheless, about everybody's presentation, please have a pen and paper ready so you can write down, because their problem maybe become your problem. So it's good to have those in mind. And then this way, your second presentation definitely would be better than the first one. And so we will follow the same pattern as before. If the next presentation is better than the last one, so your grade will be replaced by the last one. So the point again is to become better and better in what we do. All right. So out of the 12 people, how many I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 10. So 2 people are not in here. Why? Yeah, only 10 people see the line. Okay, only 10 people have seen this. So let me send another warning. All right, so where do we start? Let's go ahead and start with your submitted presentation. So let me go to the folder for today and take a look at who has submitted. So here we have in our list, the first person is Ian. So we have the right file name. Just remember that following your name, Ian, you should have a assignment name. So this would be the assignment name. All right. And what is this one, Ian? Should I delete this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's delete this one. All right. And our second one is Alan, who is not here still. So Alan submitted the video, but doesn't have his name also. So, well, he has the name in Chinese. I would rather you have your name in English. also for Ian, if possible. Just like, let me see. I think Rico has the correct, and Michael. These are the way I wanted them, like Vina, right? So just to be sure. I mean, we don't have many people in the class. It's not difficult to find you, but also it will help to know which assignment we are talking about. So also in this one we don't have the assignment number. I'll check this one too, and then uh, for the rest, this time is okay. Next time I will be deducting points if your naming is not right. And here I have something midterm and criticizing myself. Who is this from?
It's for me, bro, but I cannot delete it, so yeah. And I've
Okay,
sent it a new one. Yeah, thank you,
so,
bro.
so I should delete this?
Yeah, you can delete it. I've sent
Oh,
it to
okay.
new ones.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
good. Thank you. Also, the midterm is yours? Is the same thing? It's different.
I think it's Kevin Noriati
That's
ones,
mine,
and
sir.
he's isn't it?
Kevin, okay. And also, Kevin, you submitted a new one already? Or this is a
Yeah, yeah.
different one?
I can
Okay,
delete it.
okay, okay. So good. So, so now I know what I'm grading. All right. So here, for example, this one is Kelly. Kelly Shu. So let me see. The other Kelly who is here, where is your video? This is not your video, right? Kelly?
Teacher, this is mine. Kelly should.
Kelly Shi, okay. So your Kelly Shi is here, but the other Kelly. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And also last week, you make a presentation, and 2 weeks ago you make a presentation, Kelly, right? For your, is it you? Because sorry, I put the wrong. I'm trying to figure out where I put the grade. Um, is you who made the presentation about your criticism in class, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I put the wrong number. Okay. All right. So we're clear. And then and this one would be Stella who's here. Okay. Let's just go ahead on the list and let's see what we have.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ian. I'm delighted to speak to you in this class today. And today, I'm going to discuss the area that can be improved my midterm exam. And the topic of my midterm exam is the duties.
All right. So very good. So here we have Ian, and actually he already calculated where he's going to be and where his PowerPoint going to be. Some of the other classmates in the other class, they had a problem adjusting themselves. So here, I think Ian has chosen a very good proportion of himself. So he knows exactly where the PowerPoint is going to be and where he is going to be. And I like this proportion. And he also has a subtitle. And I mentioned to you, if you have subtitle, eventually that would be extra points. The only thing I can suggest so far to Ian is that the subtitle is difficult to read, so I suggest you choose a different color, maybe yellow, because if you remember, most of the TV subtitles are either yellow, or you need to have some kind of a shadow around it, a black shadow or something. If you're going to write with white, you can have a black shadow around it, so it's easier to see. And let's continue.
And my purpose is to review my reporting.
So you see here, the reason I say make it yellow or have a darker black shadow, because this doesn't have any black shadow, is that right now in here, this part is very difficult to read. Do you understand what I mean, Ian?
Yes. Yes, I know.
Okay, okay, good. So let's go. And he seems, formal. I don't know why you are wearing mask.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wear mask? You're not home or you're not safe where you are?
Yeah. I'm not safe that in that moment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. But he is enough in the video, and you see he looks very professional with his pad and with his phone. So yeah, the body language is very good.
Process so that I can improve in the future reports. And I will take about 4 to 5 minutes, and I will divide my presentation into the 4 parts. So let's go start it. And when I watched my report video, I found the report has some need to improve part and the positive part. So the first, let's talk about my improve part. The number one is always looking my notes. It looks like not confident with the content, and we will cause.
So about Ian, I like it, and I see also in the live presentation, I like it that he has inserted the video of himself that has a problem, and of course he speed up the video to show the body language, and this is a very good way to do. So it seems like Ian is quite familiar with the editing and inserting the video. But this is so far this very informative because he knows what the problem is and he shows us what the problem is.
It looks like not confident with the content, and we will cause the eyes to not communicate with the audience. Number two is the pronunciation is not standard.
A problem in Taiwan, the prejudice of the female workers.
So it is the foreign, it's not the foreigner. And number three is there should be more description in the PowerPoint. Actually based on statistics and some people feel that people sentence colors or race are very related, so they don't actually have reasonable and sufficient evidence to support this idea. So because there is no description on the PowerPoint, it will make the audience pay more attention to the speaker links instead of the content. And number four is there is an error in the PowerPoint.
And she's come from a beautiful country, Vietnam.
So she is from Indonesia. It's not from Vietnam.
Good pronunciation. So you got the Vietnam also correct right now from the video. Yeah, that's good.
To I improve. Number one is the practice the pronunciation. And number two is try to memorize the key words. And followed by adding key sentence on the PowerPoint so that I can be use the key sentence to remember the content. And number three is the PowerPoint add the key sentence. And you can see my new PowerPoint. Yeah, I put the key sentence on the PowerPoint. It will make the PowerPoint feel not so boring. And number four is the confirm the information.
So Ian, you use a red font here. Why is the change of color? What is the logic?
Yes, sorry.
You use the red font in here. Why do you use red?
And source of
what do you use?
Because I'm gonna try to beat that.
Do you have a reason, or you just think it's pretty? I mean, maybe you wanted to use a red color to show that these are the good things, these are the positive things.
Yes.
Okay, So I know red color in Chinese is a lucky color, but in English usually red color is the mistake. So so if you want to do that, I think it's a good idea. Maybe you can use like a blue or green for the
Yes.
for the good, for the positive points, and then you can use red for the negative points.
Okay.
So that shows that's more international usages of it, and it doesn't confuse people, because even, for example, here I know in the stock market when things go up is red, but in the all over the world when things go down is red. So that's just it. But that's good logic that you have about it.
Oh,
Okay.
very
Roger.
So let's talk about my positive part. And number one is the sound is clear and the volume is the suitable. And number two is the content has no layers. Number three is the PowerPoint does not have too much clutter. I think the main area for improvement in my PowerPoint, in my report, is to is need to practice more and more and change the pronunciation of each word, as well as the completeness of the content. I hope that in the future report you can see my change. So thanks for your listen. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. So thanks for listening, or just thank you is good enough. So because it's the first one of the show, I'm going to talk more about the ends, and then the next ones, if they have the same suggestion, I'm not going to repeat again and again. One thing I want to mention is, let me just go over the second video we're going to do. Let me go over the instruction, and also I will talk to you. I will put this also in the trunk class, the instruction. So the instruction pretty much, and then the due date is May 23. So I make sure that I put the right date, May 23, yes. And before midnight, so the day before we have class. The other parts are same, and what we're going to do is, in this case, and today I will have some lecture about this. So in the next presentation, you're going to pitch an idea. To pitch an idea, to pitch means to throw, right? Like a pitcher, in baseball we have the pitcher. So you pitch an idea means you throw an idea to the audience. So you're going to pitch or introduce an idea or product to your audience. It can be something that is available in the market right now. So you are aware of some technology, some gadgets, some electronic thing is really interesting, and people maybe don't know it's very new and it's your interest. So you just introduce that. I'm not talking about introducing like iPhone or something like that. I'm introducing about some gadget that is quite useful or quite new and quite different than just a cell phone that we all know. Or something, it could be something out of your imagination. Maybe you have an imagination about a product that can exist, or it's good to be if we can make it. So you can introduce, if there is such a product, what's good about it and what we can do about it. So it's also an idea for people who maybe later in the design and in the production, and maybe your idea become a big hit. So that's how the entrepreneurial ideas come out. Or it could be your graduation project or part of your graduation project. And some of you in the School of Design, if you are here, maybe you have some graduation project. Or in our college also, we have graduation projects. If you are in the last year, if there's something interesting in your graduation project you want to introduce, that's also good. Or it could be someone else's project. Maybe you have a friend who they designed a product. Like I said, in the in this design school, there is a lot of exhibitions. I think we just finished one exhibition about all kind of products and ideas. You have a classmate, or you have a friend who has a product, and you say, okay, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to present your product in a video. And so that would be just like advertising and introducing their product. So it doesn't have to be necessarily your idea or your product. It could be someone else's idea or project or product. So, so the point is your presentation skill, and the point is to have to market an idea, to market a product. The rest remains the same, just that this becomes a VP2, and then I will try to put more videos here from this class and also from the other class who is doing similar thing as far as the skills of presentation is concerned. Now, what I wanted to mention here about the last part of Ian's presentation is that here I tell you that we need to have several slides. These are required. So the first slide is required, of course, he has it. The outline is there. The purpose, I sorry, I didn't check carefully, but if the purpose was not there, then the purpose has to be there. And the summary and the conclusion. So the first slide is just your general information. The outline, you know what it is. The purpose is going to be a one sentence, and I would like you to make this into 2 colors. So now we know for sure what is the purpose of your presentation and why we should listen to you. All right, so you will make your purpose in 1 sentence. The purpose of my presentation is so that what? All right, and that's 1 color is red, 1 color is green, or 2 different colors, as you can choose your colors. All right, so what do we learn and why it benefits us? Before you get to the this is the part that I think is missing from Ian's presentation, and we will see if the others also missing, and then I will not explain so much, but this is what we need to have. We need to have a summary slide, and we need to have a conclusion slide. Ian has the conclusion, but doesn't have the summary. What is the summary? Just what you just told us. The summary and the outline are very similar. Whatever was in the outline, you can put in the summary and say, okay, so today I talk about this, 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 and this, another 30 seconds. Plus Ian has more time because the presentation time is 5 to 7 minutes. So you can have a little bit more time to give a summary and give an outline. So these are the things that we really need to have. A summary, a first slide, outline, the purpose in this format that I mentioned, 2 different colors, summary, and conclusion. All right, so these are the slides that I have to and we need to have. The other instructions remains the same. So I think we have a good presentation from Ian, but lack a little bit of enthusiasm still in it, right? So he needs to promote his good points. These are the good points. So he needs to be a little bit more enthusiastic, and he also needs to be enthusiastic about the points that he wants to improve. So those 2 have to be a little bit more enthusiastically. But Ian has practiced well, and I think we can consider it a relatively good presentation. And some slides may be missing, but in general, this is a very good. This is a good presentation. Any question you have, Ian, about your presentation or my comments before I go to the next one?
Nope. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So our next one is going to be from Alan. Is Alan here yet? Okay. Well, we will watch, and then maybe he later can watch this video.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alan. My midterm presentation. Negative points of my midterm report. Here are 4 points. Being too nervous when
All right, so as you can see, the first slide for Alan is not descriptive enough. Midterm presentation, what, first of all, and then who are you, and the information in the first part. Also, the outline is missing. So far, the introduction is a little bit weak.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alan. My midterm presentation. Negative points of my midterm report. Here are 4 points. Being too nervous when presenting results less smooth.
Right. I think the font is still too small, and 32 is the least. And in this case, you can see Alan is in the picture, and this is a different way of being in the picture. And this is also all right. This is less of we see less of Alan, but it still is okay.
May make fun a better presentation. Like this video. When I report because I am too nervous, I misspell word and pass. Makes the audience think I am not prepared enough. 2. Insufficient practice lead to customs reading of speech during presentations. Like this video.
Okay, we can also see that Alan's presentation is still 30 seconds short of time. He mixed the video and his presentation just like Ian did, and that's a good idea. I'm not sure if the sound is very clear. I don't hear the sound very clear here. So I will check again and see if that's the problem from my computer, or it just the sound didn't come out very clear in the original video. We saw the sound from Ian's video was very clear and level, more or less it was level. So that's another thing you have to be careful. If you put the video with the sound and then your level of speaking has to be the same. The video cannot be suddenly too loud or suddenly too low. So if it's too loud, then people are going to get scared suddenly. And then if it's too low, people don't hear it, and then you miss the point that you're trying to relay. All right. And so let's see. I think the outline came a little late, maybe. I hope Alan will watch this.
A best life. How to reduce anxiety. 2. There are 5 key points of the report. Quintiles, position, topic, purpose, outline. My conclusion. I learned a lot from this midterm report, especially the first time I wear a formal dress to report in English. Although my performance is not very.
All right, so I can see. I think maybe Alan made a mistake between. I mean, he has this here. It says outline, but I think he means the summary, which is what I meant. So this outline could be also in the beginning, and you can change the title to summary, and then you can say the same thing, just like I mentioned there. So I hope Alan will watch this later, and if there's any question, hopefully he can ask in the line. All right. Next presentation would be by Ben. So let's watch Ben's presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Ben. Today I am glad to share my presentation for you. And my topic is self-examination of midterm presentation. This is my purpose. It means let us improve together. It's my outline.
Okay, Ben, so far so good. You are not dressed formal, and there is some news or something in the background. What is the noise in the background? You have a radio or TV on? Ben? What is the noise in the background? 什么就是后面有什么声音？是
I forgot what's the noise.
Yeah.
It's it I in a home, so
Okay, if there is
yeah.
a TV on, or if there is some news, or if it's very noisy outside, you need to make sure that the time is sometime that it's not so noisy, so it's not the other sound doesn't come. I think you can listen more.
In the left is negative points. They are talking about facial expression. Less eye contact. Unfamiliar with the process. In the right is positive points. They are talking about confidence. Speak clearly.
All right, so we have a good idea here again. If you're going to use this way, like Alan used, like Ben uses, what you can do is you need to adjust your PowerPoint, because this is where you're going to be, and you can be a little bigger if you can. But the point is that now we need to think that this part doesn't belong to the PowerPoint. This part belong to the person presenting. So make your PowerPoint adjusted to the left a little bit more, so that you don't have to fight with the PowerPoint and in the space. It looks more comfortable to look at, just like we saw in the Ian's presentation. And in also in Alan's presentation, he was not didn't seem like he's fighting with the PowerPoint, because he has a lot of empty space. So you need to make sure that however you design your PowerPoint now has to be, this part doesn't belong to the PowerPoint. This part belongs to you, and then design your PowerPoint based on that.
And easy to understand. The first negative point is facial expression. Facial expression is very important. If you don't care about that, you will be like that, like be this man, or the woman, or be like me. The picture makes people feel, oh my god, I hate the world. So don't do that. Facial expression is very important. The second is less eye contact. Let's see a video. You can see, if you made the same mistake as me, you will make audience feel, oh, I don't care about that.
So again, the noise in the behind is really bothersome. You speak very good and you speak very clearly, but the noise is not good. And in your videos, this is for everyone. If you're going to show a video and you just want to show some picture or some body language in the video, and the sound is not important, you don't need to, you can mute the sound. Just like, again, Ian did in some of his videos, he just want to show his body language. So he just did mute the sound. So we don't need to hear the sound of your video, because your point is to show us the body language. So your people attention will be more in your body language than the sound. Especially, like I said, now there's also background sound is a little bit annoying. So the timing seems to be meeting the minimum. All right, and let's just move forward.
Confidence. Just the confidence is based on the many experience. So just practice more. You can do it. The second positive point is speak clearly. Let us know what you are talking about. like now, I'm talking is very clearly. Yeah. And third, easy to understand. It's also mean to let us know what you're talking about. But before the introduction later, do you know how strong if you do something like so you can see my voice is clearly and my sentence is easy to understand. This is my summary and conclusion. In the left is bad points. In the right is good points. And whenever and whether is bad points or good points, just you practice more, you can improve. This is my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Very good. So we have a good conclusion here uh, from Ben. And speaking, he's right. His speaking is very clear and good. And so I mentioned about the things that can be improved. Ben, do you have any question about what I tell?
No, thank you.
All right. So remember that next time when you name this is English name is good, and then put the assignment one. So next time would be like VP2 or something after that. All right. Let's go to Kevin and see.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Tanjaya. I'm a bachelor student at Asia University, and today my presentation is about my self-evaluation based on my midterm PPD exam. So the purpose of this presentation is to self-reflect on myself.
So again, I'm going to give the same advice. Just mention briefly again. Do not compete with your PowerPoint space. So next time you make a PowerPoint, consider that this space does not belong to the PowerPoint. So whatever you want to do, leave this space. If this is how you want to be, so leave this space empty.
To become a better presenter so that my presentation will become better and better in the future or in the next presentation. This presentation will be divided into 4 sections. It will last for 5 minutes. The first section I will talk about my positive comment for my midterm PPD exam. The second section I will talk about my negative comments for the midterm PPD exam. The third section I will talk about the summary, and the fourth section I will talk about my conclusion. I hope that you all can also learn from my mistakes and become a better presenter too in the future. Okay, so let's start with the first section, positive point for my presentation. I think my presentation has a good PPT design and structure. As you can see here, I designed my PPT with some effort because I want to make sure that my PPT for the midterm exam is not just look good at the content only, but also at the visual side of it. And I think for my midterm PPT, I do prepare, practice, and research well. Because the midterm PPT is I took it from a lot of sources, not just one website, but a lot of website and a lot of YouTube videos to make this PPT. So I do prepare, practice, and research well. And because I research it well, so it has a good and full data information. That's why in my midterm PPT exam, as you can see, I input some data that are very full and very useful information for you guys to know about Indonesia. For example,
So Kevin, do you know what I mean about not competing with your PowerPoint space?
Yes, bro.
Okay.
I have some information about the history. You, I got no smile, too fast, no engagement, and also not confident as.
All right, that's great. Again, also we saw this one in Ian's presentation, and this is really nice thing to have when you want to make some comments and you don't want to use the PowerPoint, or you just want to bring up some points in the video that you're showing. This is really good way of showing your basic idea, like no confidence or uh, this should be like not confident or no confidence, by the way. And so this is really a good idea.
As you can see, my eyes is not directly looking at the audience, but always look somewhere else. Okay, now let's sum it up for the self-evaluation. As you can see, positive point.
All right, so here we have the summary, as he mentioned in the introduction, that it will be summary and there will be a conclusion, and I think this would be complete. So Kevin has all those elements that we ask for. He speaks clearly, it's understandable, and he makes good judgment about the points that he is presenting. So he knows where his problems are and where his strengths are. That's also important for us for life. All right, let's go to Rico.
Hello, my name is Rico. Today I'm going to talk to you about self-evaluation.
All right, great. So Rico uses the same method as we saw in Ian. So she made a video and then she insert the video, I think, by the teams. And you could be a little bigger, Rico, if you want. We see enough of your body. And if you have a remote mouse or one of those remote slide changers, it would be helpful so you don't have to move back and forth to change the slide. Do you know what I mean, Rico?
I know.
Yeah. So it's okay if you do this, but if you can borrow or you can find or you can come borrow mine, the slide changer, and that way you don't have to move back and forth. Or if you have a remote mouse, then it's also going to do the same. You could just use your mouse to change the slide. So far pretty good. We see enough of Rico. Don't see her dressed up, but again, that's just up to you.
This is the purpose to improve the presentation ability in English. The next is you can learn how to solve on weakness.
All right, very good. So she has a purpose, what she wants us to learn, and why is it important to us.
My presentation is divided into 4 parts: positive point, negative point, summary, and my conclusion. Positive point has 4 points. First is
Again, the PowerPoint is very clear and very nice. The sizes are good. Everything in the visual part is good. Her body language is good, and
PPT is simple and easy to understand. My PPT has many pictures, illustration, and few letters, and the structure is complete. The listener also can easy to understand content of my presentation. Next is enough eye contact with audience. Before the midterm exam, I always read my paper and speak, but by remembering what I wanted to say. During the presentation, I was able to talk while looking at the eyes of the audience.
okay. So it's a pretty good job for the first video. So Rico, do you have any problem making this video? Did you figure out how to solve the problem?
No.
You know, okay. So you use the Teams, and you look like you did pretty good job. So you make the presentation and record it at the same time. Is that how you did?
Yeah, same time.
Okay. Yes, that's pretty good. And if you learn some software to edit, I mean, this is not just for Rico, for everyone. If you can learn how to work with some editing software, which I think again Ian has done that, you could edit yourself. So if you make a mistake in the middle, then you can stop and you can record from the part that you stopped, and then you can put them together so you can actually delete the mistake, or you can just continue, correct your mistake and do it again and just delete the middle part that it was a mistake. This can be done with some simple editing software that maybe if you have Apple, it comes with Apple. And with the other computers, I don't know it will come with the computer or not, but it's not that difficult to find on the internet and download just this sample version. If you don't have to pay for it. All right. So the timing is good, and let's see what else. Summary, yes.
And lack of confidence. So, how improve my weakness? This is my conclusion. Listen to a lot of native English. For example, listen to English music and.
So it's very good. You know what the difference between the summary and the conclusion again is the summary is just what I said, just the mechanical thing. This is what I said, what I said. But the conclusion is what you think and what is your idea, how you think it makes a difference, and what did you say in your opinion. And Rico makes that very clear. So this is the summary. And then conclusion, she gives some ideas how to improve her English or her presentation skills. And so this is a complete format, and she has practiced, and she can practice a little bit more to. She has some smile. That's good. And anything else, I think, good. If you don't want your background to be known, you can just use. If you're using a Zoom or you're using Teams, you can use a background. Just like my background, you can see right now is kind of shady or fuzzy. You can use the function to make your background fuzzy, so you don't have to. Um, you don't want to show your room. That's fine. There's nothing bad about it, but just up to you because it's your privacy. All right. So let's just take a look at Michael.
Hello guys, my name is Michael. First of all, I'm so sorry because I don't bring any formal clothes at all because I'm currently at a quarantine hotel and I cannot go around and I don't bring any clothes at all because I think that my clothes is all contaminated with coronavirus. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me as well. But it's okay. Let's get started. First, let us congratulations to ourselves because I know it's kind of very hard for us to give some presentation using English, especially because I know English is not our main languages and it's kind of hard and it's kind of acceptable. So today, I want to criticizing myself for my midterm presentation. Yeah, sorry about it because I have a sore throat. Okay, because I think I can do better in next meeting and next presentation as well. And you
All right. So once again, do not compete with that, and the timing is good. And so Michael has a little introduction about himself, where he is, and so on. So the first page also is kind of complete. So it could have some information about your student number or something.
you can learn about it too. Okay, the purpose to this presentation is to know what is my strength and my weaknesses. So maybe I can improve in my next presentation or you guys can also learn from my mistakes and you guys can also learn what is my strength and you can copy my strength too as well. I will divide this presentation into four outlines.
First one is my strength, my weakness, summary, and then the last one is conclusion. Okay, what is my strength? The first one is organized and thoughtfully designed PowerPoint. The summary. I speaking too fast because again I'm so nervous.
So,
Okay, for the summary. The first one is organized and thoughtful design PowerPoint. Second one is create enthusiasm. Third one is
All right, Michael, I think you watch this and you also know where are the problems, and considering you were not feeling very well at that time. So I think you still did a pretty good job. And there are not many specific ones, it's just the general comments I make to the other ones. It also applies to you. Any question you have for me, Michael?
No, sir. Thank you.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, yeah, it's getting better. I hope so.
Yeah, it's still, you sound a little bit like you have a cold. So yeah, take care and hope that you will be well soon. All right, let's
Thank
go
you, sir.
to Kevin Nuriadi.
Hello guys, welcome back to me, Kevin Nuriadi. I'm from Business Administration major. Today I want to presenting about self-evaluation about my midterm last week. So to start, I want to talk about my strength. My strength about the midterm last week is the first one, I provide the.
All right, I think we missed the purpose slide and we missed the outline slide totally in this introduction.
Video to make an attraction with the audiences. And the second one, I make a good hook situation that recently happened. And the third one is I make a well-designed PPT. This is the video that I provide to make a interaction with others.
According to the latest news, President Zelensky has left Ukraine and is in Poland. There was a few days ago.
So it's a very good insert of the video. The sound is clear, and the sound is clear as you are speaking. That's a good way of inserting the video. Again, some of the classmates have to be careful with the video that you insert. It's really good idea to have to insert some videos, especially in your next presentation if you want to introduce a product or something and there's a video about it. But you should also be careful if there's sound, the sound is clear as well. So use the, so when you do the team, if you're going to do the teams, make sure you choose to select the system sound. So it will be heard and clearly as you can hear in your computer. Also, it will record it. Your presentation is short of time. And so next time you need to improve that. Do you have any questions for me, Kevin?
No, mister, I will do it better next time.
Okay. Thank you. And let's go to Veena.
Hello everyone, my name is Veena, and today I'm going to talk my self-evaluation. For my outline, I divided to 3 parts. The first part is positive, second one is negative, and the improve. So the purpose is, if you have the same question with me, you can refer to my presentation to self-examination. And in the future, if your coworker asks you for your opinion, you can help him to solve the problem and do better. So the positive is I have the eye contact and I dressed well. And the third one is I have a good pronunciation. For the negative, I keep to watch the handout. I have the flat and monotonous voice, and my PPT was messed up. So how can I
All right, Vina, it's a very good enunciation of monotonous. So you did that very nicely because it's also a long word. And last week we talked about how to make the long words break into syllables and do it slowly so you pick up. So you did a very good, you have very good enunciation on that. In this case, what I could say that you could improve is basically if you're talking about the positive points, and then you could maybe show us some video about it. I don't know, maybe later it will come, but just like the other classmates, when you talk about something good, you could show a video or show a picture of what is a good eye contact or dress well and so on. Let's listen more and let me see if you have, maybe you have these videos here. So.
I'll show you the video first.
And three for need is we need to active inquiry. We need to search it in advance.
That's great. Also here, it's not the subtitle. She has notes about the problem. I would suggest to make the notes a little bigger so we can see actually where the notes are, and if the notes have to be here or could be somewhere else that catch the eye, just like the previous classmate, that would be great. But here, she's showing the video, but she also making some comments about where the problems are, and that's really good.
To ensure it is confirmed have people safe.
Do you know the problem? Yes, it is I keep to watch the handout. If I practice more, and it will keep in my mind. And when I was watching the handout, my intonation is so flat. So if I did not bring the handout to the podium, then I won't have the handout to watch. The second one is flat and monotonous voice. I think to solve these problems, I can listen to the podcast, such as 听故事学英文 and watch some dramas to imitate the actor or actress intonation.
Those are very good points, Vina, and also you can apply to this presentation as well. So I think with practice more of talking or practice more of the presentation, you also will not sound so monotonous, because also in this one, you still sound monotonous and not so energetic. And so that would be making this presentation almost nearly perfect. So this is a good presentation, and it really is like your enunciation and speaking clearly.
Or I think keeping it in my mind is very important.
Again, the PowerPoint is clear, to the point, not too many words, so she has summary, and I'm pretty sure she would have a conclusion. So that's a good presentation. Rina, you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Let's watch Stella's.
Hello everyone, my name is Stella. Today I'm going to talk about my self-evaluation presentation of midterm.
2.5 minutes, Stella, is it right?
Yes.
What happened? But this is a very good start. She looks very friendly with a smile and relatively seems dressed up, and PowerPoint is clear. So this start is really attention getting. That's why I looked at the time to see if I was hoping this is a good timing. So you didn't have much to say, or what happened? why it becomes short? Or you didn't have time to finish it, or?
Because I make the wrong video. I make the midterm video, so I 重新弄一个。
Okay. Midterm video, 好啊。So you have the midterm video?
Yes.
Okay, submit your midterm video. Let me also check it just to see if anything there. But this is pretty good to start. So you can upload the midterm video and just write midterm video or something like that. Let me see what was in that one. Okay, yeah. So I think Estella is done this one a little bit in rush, but
presentation. In this clip, I have no smiling and flat tone, and I have no enthusiasm. And I should sound like good morning.
But we didn't hear your sound in the video, so maybe next time you have to be check, make sure.
Tone, and I have no.
The sound didn't come.
Let me show a small clip about my midterm presentation.
Yeah, so those are some technical problems you can consider next time. After you finish your video, you watch your own video and you will know if the background sound is problem, if your sound is problem, and things like that. You will have more time, but that's for the first one is good. And let's go to Kelly's.
Hello, I'm Kelly. Today I'm going to review the positive and negative side of less time presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to let me know where I need to work harder. And if you have the same problem with me, maybe it can help you find the solution. Let me ask a question first. How do you feel about your midterm presentation? I think I'm doing very well.
So this is the hook that Kelly has. I think most of us missed that hook about this presentation. So every presentation needs to have its own hook, whether you're criticizing or you're introducing a product or whatever. So she has a hook in this one that everybody else has missed. Very, again, looks very clear in the picture, sound very clear, not dress formal, but that next time if you want to use that, probably could use a dress formal. And again, remember not to compete with the PowerPoint as much as possible. Let's see the following slide.
When I watch and three negative sides. In the positive side, let's watch the video first.
In Taroko. The other three locations are Holy, Dongfeng, Tanyashen, Baizi.
All right, great. Again, we have these comments on the side of her video. The sound is clear, so I think this part is no problem.
Press better. Finally, in the negative side, let's watch the video first.
First, there is a roller skating rink in Taroko shopping mall, and it's recreating an earlier roller skating rink. Make people feel like going back in time, and it also can increase the relationship with your partner. And after the end, you can go shopping or have a meal in Taroko. In this part, I want to introduce some indoor plays. In addition to variety product and in addition to various product and many kind of restaurant, Libao Outlet also have a movie theater.
In the video, my pronunciation of some vocabulary is not very well. To overcome this, when the pronunciation of the word is difficult, I need to listen the correct pronunciation and
very good point. But Kelly, I have a question.
To variety product and the interlocal shopping mall.
Kelly, what do you mean more rising and falling of tone? Is this a problem?
Yes, it's because my uh, uh
You mean
is
your intonation?
yes.
But I don't see a
Can,
problem with your intonation. And also you say more information on PowerPoint. You mean this information is not enough or is too much?
not enough.
But there is no place to put any more information. I think this is PowerPoint has no problem.
I think
You
can put more or where is its location or
okay.
there the place have more. Yes.
Okay. So maybe take away one picture and put some information and then put another picture with other information. I see what you mean. But I think actually your intonation here is not bad. Let's listen.
And it's recreating an earlier roller skating rink. Make people feel like going back in time. And it also can increase the relationship with your partner. And actually, you can go shopping.
I think your intonation is fine. Maybe pronunciation, yes, and because through the mask, maybe sometimes the enunciation maybe not a little clear. But I think you're too critical of yourself. Yeah, your intonation is all right. And here the timing is good. And let's just
presentation. Try to imagine there is an audience sitting on the stage and practice again and again. So, in summary, the positive side are have the body language and have a good eye contact and have the many picture. And in negative side, I need to practice more pronunciation and find more information on the presentation. And that's what more raising and falling of tone.
very good. So what do you mean positive sides, or you mean positive points, or
Maybe
positive?
I'm wrong. Is point.
Yeah, positive points, or yeah, that would be, or just like positive. And then here, just remind all the students is eye contact. Although we have two eyes, but the expression is eye contact, not eyes contact. Okay. All right. Good job with Kelly's presentation. All right. Why don't we take a break, 5 minutes or so of break, and then in the last part, or in the second part, I have a short presentation to make for you in how to prepare for a persuasive presentation, because your next job is to make a persuasive, or sort of a pitch an idea. To pitch an idea means you want to persuade your audience to learn something from you, or to buy your product, or to like your product, or something like that. But how to pitch an idea, I will have a short 10 minutes presentation for you guys, and then we will be done for today's class. So let's take a 5 minutes break, and then come back in 5 minutes. And if you have any questions still after we come back, I can answer your questions. All right. I am back, and I think we have more audience now. So let me check and see who is here. Alan, are you here?
Oh, yes.
Okay, Alan. We talk about your video, so later you can watch the recording. I record this, and then you can watch it and see what did I say about your video. So
Okay.
thanks for joining. Who else is here that didn't I didn't call? I mean, I called. Tony here. Who else joined us? because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. We used to have only 10. Who else joined us? How come I have 2 people and it's not, nobody saying? Who is here? Kevin, Michael, Rico, and then that's who is this person? Who is Wu? Oh, Pat? Is that you, Pat? Hello?
Oh, that's not me.
That's not you? So, who else has this last name? Did somebody join by mistake? Okay, so it's not you. And that should be Estela, and that is Tony. Tony, are you here? Tony? No Tony?
Teacher,
Yes.
I think that she is Judy.
Which one? This one? This one?
A picture had a boy cartoon picture.
That's Judy.
Yeah. She's Judy. Yeah.
Who is Judy? I don't have a Judy in my class.
It's your TA.
My TA. Okay, because she changed her picture. I was thinking maybe it's her, but then she changed this picture. Okay, Judy. Thank you, Judy, for speaking. And then I think this one is not Tony, but this one is Rina. Okay. All right. So let's see what I wanted to share with you, and then we are going to be done. I want to go over how to pitch an idea. So how to present your idea. It's a very simple presentation, doesn't take more than 5 minutes. So I hope I can have your attention on that. All right, so the topic is how to pitch an idea or product or even a business idea, right? A business. So there are 3 steps that we are going to take in doing pitching an idea. First is the problem. So if you watch any videos or any YouTube videos from Steve Jobs, you will find out that he's a very good presenter in pitching an idea. I could show you some of his examples next time in the class. But first of all, you have to give the audience a problem. Means you need to make this case of your idea or your product their problem. So that's your sort of like a hook to the audience. Okay, so find what the audience need. That's why in the purpose statement, I emphasize, you say, the purpose of my presentation is this, so that means you bring the need to the audience. And then after you present the need, then you solve it, right? So the first step is to show the problem and then to solve it. The second step is to show the solution to the problem. So in the first step, you presented the problem and your purpose is to solve that problem. So you're gonna, step 2, you're gonna show the solution. what is the solution to this problem, and what's your, how creative you are and how confident you are in showing this. So if it's a product that has never been offered in the market and it's your idea, then you want to show how this product will make life easier. If it's a product that is already in the market and you want to market that product to your audience, then it's the same way. Same thing with an idea. Same thing with an imaginary product in the future. So this applies to all of this. Then in the third step, you sell the idea. So you give supporting facts and show that how audience is going to benefit from having this product or following this idea or philosophy or way of life, right? Let's take a look at the video here.
How to pitch your business in 60 seconds. I'm not going to waste your time with the things you already know. Speak clearly, practice, use props, and brush your teeth. This video is all about what's underneath the surface of a good 60-second pitch.
Here are 3 simple steps to help you supercharge your pitch. If you get this right, people will literally be throwing money at you.
Step 1, the problem. As a business, your sole existence is to solve a problem a potential client might have. So that's where we start. Find their pain points and address them.
So why does this work? Well, it simplifies your business down to something that anyone can understand.
You only have 7 seconds to make the right first impression, so let's make them count.
Step 2, the solution. Ideally, tell a story about your business. One where you've gone above what's required and really surprised a client.
Not some indulgent nonsense, but something that's unique to your professional experience, that was quite personal and is related to your business.
One of my fondest memories of the early days of CMR was finding a candidate a position who really didn't think she'd be able to do that position, and we knew we could. We knew by talking to her, and although she didn't have the right experience on paper, we knew she could do that job. So we talked to the company about her and she got the job. She got the job over 400 other candidates because we believed in her.
Step 3, sell your mission. Our mission is to put people back at the front of their businesses. Now we use video to do this, but there's no need to talk about it as it's just a tool that we get results with. Have a think about the real reason that your business exists. So there we have it. 3 tips on how to pitch your business in 60 seconds.
All right, and if the video was too fast, again, this is being recorded so you can watch the video. So how to pitch the idea to your audience in a short amount of time. All right, so how to get started. All right, as you heard in the video, it takes 7 seconds to make first impression on your audience. Of course, now we all know each other and so on, but still, when you come to the stage and then you start making your presentation in the first 7 seconds, you will let the audience know if you prepared, if you are capable, and so on. That's why we need to have a very good introduction, and we need to come with a beautiful smile and ready to present our point.
Hi, I'm Dominic Calento, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to start your pitch or presentation. They say it takes about 7 seconds to make a first impression, and that doesn't mean to say that if you do things wrong, if you kind of mess things up, you can't get it back. But what it does give us is a very clear window of opportunity to get our audience engaged, on side, and listening to what we have to say. So the kind of most important thing to think about really is not to be boring. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, don't do what everyone else does. I've sat through so many presentations where I've listened to someone say, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everybody, or good morning, everybody. My name's Dominic, I'm from Inflow Training, and I'm here today to talk to you about, well, if you're here today to talk to me about, then just talk to me about it. Get on with it, get in there and tell me the interesting stuff that's going to get my attention. So what I'd recommend you do is this. I'd recommend that you start with a bang. I recommend that you do something a little bit different. I don't mean do anything crazy or, you know, pull a big stunt. What I do mean is start, instead of all that preamble, that good morning, good afternoon, start with a fact, with a figure, with a quote, with a story, maybe a bit of video or a bit of music, something that's...
So what he's mentioning in here is basically the hook that you need to have, you can have in your, should have in your presentation, the beginning of your presentation. And if you remember from the study of the book, those are different kind of hooks that we can have: facts, figures, quotation, you know, music, question, things like that.
Gonna grab the audience's attention and really get them engaged, because what we don't want them doing, and this is what I see in so many speeches and presentations, is while the speaker's starting to speak, the audience are spending the first couple of minutes just finishing their emails or their text messages on their smartphones. And what we want people to do is to realize that you've started and to start paying attention to what it is you're talking about. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the secret to starting your pitch or your presentation, is to start with a bang, grab your audience's attention, dispense with all the niceties and get them to engage with what you're saying straight away. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your comments. Leave them in the comments box below. Or
all right. So again, once now that you have overcome the fear of presentation, and you can see from your midterm grades and then the following grades, we all now the basics of making a good presentation. You have practice, and you should feel confident about being a good presenter. But doesn't mean that you become a good presenter, then you stay there. Every time you need to practice. Now we need to add a little bit of more enthusiasm and make the presentation more interesting, and work on our enunciation and all those little details that will make it even more interesting to the audience. Just like Ben mentioned, I forget to mention that, you know, I really like the sense of humor in Ben's in Ben's presentations, and that is a good way to always catch your audience attention. So he mentioned in his presentation that maybe he looked boring or he spoke boring. So yeah, it cannot be boring. You need to start it, and then having a hook, a bang with your presentation will catch people's attention. So it could be facts, figures, music, video, a story, a quotation.
Hi, it's Carl here from presentationexpressions.com, and in this video, I'm going to teach you something which is going to be very, very helpful for you when you're starting your presentations. So what is that? Well, having a look at the screen right now, what do you see? You can see a picture of Albert Einstein and a little quote from him, which says, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." Now, what am I trying to teach you? Well, I'm trying to teach you how to start a presentation with a quote. So why is this important? Why should we start a presentation with a quote? Well,
by the way, as far as the video presentation is concerned, this is also a good model, you know, and then already some of you already have that. You are in one part of the video, and this is the PowerPoint in the other part, and the PowerPoint is clear and not so difficult to read. And again, some of you have done this way, some of you has been the other way, but all are okay. Just a point to mention.
I've got two reasons why this is important. Number one, it gets people's attention. As you can see from just having a picture of Albert Einstein there, it gets your attention. Number two, it gets people's curiosity. So if you use a quotation to start your presentation, people will think, well, what's the presentation going to be about? This seems quite interesting. So they're going to be curious. So how do we actually use a quotation? Well, I've got three different ways that I want to show you for how you can use a quotation in your presentation to start your presentation. Number one is to do what you saw at the beginning, which was to have a picture of somebody, some famous person, and the quotation next to them. In this case here on the slide, I separated the picture of Albert Einstein with the quotation. The other way you can do it is if you have a really big picture of that person, you can use the entire slide as the picture with that person, and then put your quote also within the picture somewhere, on the right-hand side, on the bottom, anywhere that looks appropriate, and use a high contrast color. So if the background of the picture is black, make sure you use, like I've got here, white text. Another way that you can do this is if you don't want to show the person, you can just show an image that represents what your quote is trying to say. Some quotes are by people that are unknown. We don't know who said that quote originally. However, in most cases, if there's a person, try to use the person's picture. That's the best way to do that, okay? So that is the first way. The second way is, haha, it's blank, isn't it? This is just you at the beginning of the presentation just saying the quote. Just beginning your presentation with a quote. You can say, Albert Einstein used to say, something, okay, and then give the quotation. Just you, without any help from your presentation slides or any other kind of accessory. It's just you giving the quote to start your presentation. Okay, so that is the second way. Now, the third way is to just place the quote onto a slide like this here without any images at all. And this would be shown at the beginning of your presentation as people are getting ready, whatever. And same with the picture one as well. Just have it up on the slide, or you can do it just as soon as your presentation starts. You can just show this slide, and people can read that. You don't have to read it. Okay, that's the one key is you don't have to read any of the quotes. The only one you have to read is the one where you don't show it, of course. But after you've done this, okay, after you've shown them the quotation, then you ask the question. You can say, what do you think? Do you agree with this? Do you disagree with it? Who said it? Maybe if you don't put the name, you can also say, who said this? Does anybody know who said this? So these are ways that you can get their attention, get their curiosity, and also to just get them engaged in some kind of conversation with you during your presentation, right from the very beginning, so they like you right away. So that's really it, okay? So I talked about how to start a presentation with a quote. I showed you 3 different ways. I also talked about why it's important. So the why was, first, it gets people's attention. Secondly, it gets their curiosity. And then how to do it? 3 ways. 1, picture with a quote. Second way was just you giving the quote without any help from any kind of a slide. And the third way was to show the quote on a slide, and you can have the name there or removed. It's up to you. So there you go. Those were the 3 different ways that you can use a quotation to start a presentation. Hopefully that is helpful for you. Let us know if you have any questions, and good luck.
All right, again, this is a very good video presentation of an idea, and you can see there's a summary at the end. There's sort of an introduction at the beginning, so it's all very good. So thank you for your attention, not for your attention. So sorry about that. So this is what I mean by pitching an idea to your audience. So you can decide how you want to pitch an idea. There should be some other videos. I can share some of those videos that I did not show you. And there is one video that talks about some other people's mistakes. I can share those videos in the Tron class, but I'd like to see if you have any questions about your next assignment. So remember, your next homework would be similar to this. As far as the video, the time is the same, except the topic is you're going to pitch an idea or a product or a business to your audience. You're going to promote it, introduce it, and it can be, like I said, your graduation project. It can be something from your ideas. It can be a product that already available in the market, and it's really nice. It doesn't have to be very a special thing. It could be, for example, a toy that you will introduce. It could be I don't know, a special VR sort of a event, or VR, virtual reality kind of a toy that is there, or game, or things like that. But you need to make it interesting. So look for it and see what you find. Do you have any questions about your next homework, which is due in almost 2 weeks? So that homework is due for 2 weeks. So what is due next week? I will send a picture of the PowerPoint for next week from the book to the line group. So any questions, anyone? No question. Okay. Thanks for joining the class, and we will see how next week goes. Either we meet online or we just meet in the classroom, and it would be the same. I will prepare something about the remaining of the book, and then if you have some questions about how to make the video, or you want to share with your classmates what problems you faced and how you solve it, it's all good. Also next week, I asked Kevin and Michael to present they will have a graduation project presentation this week, and it's going to be online. So I asked them to prepare that for next week, also to give us a presentation either online or in the classroom. Let's see how things go for next week. So that would be also one thing we would look forward to see from Kevin and Michael. All right. So no questions. Any comments? I will have to. Okay. So here is good. I'm going to open the in the Tron class. Please. There is a feedback. If we do things online, then the school wants to see that. So it's simple questions. You have done it in the past. So please go to the Tron class and to answer these questions. Let's do this before we finish the class. So I got 2 people already answer it. There's only 9 of us. All right, so okay, we're almost there. So don't forget to do this one and have a good week. See you guys next week, either in class or online. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mister. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good.
See ya.